Hello everybody and welcome to Insane Just Plays Hearts of Iron 4 together with Kyle. Hey Kyle.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm very much enjoying this game, and huge thanks to you teaching me the ropes.
Yeah, no problem. I always love playing some Hearts of Iron and teaching more people to play is a noble goal indeed.
It is, especially when you've got so much to manage, and I picked a very large country. I guess I can lay the blame right at my feet that we
Size
have
can be
this
deceiving a little
vast.
bit
Oh,
because
good.
every country is hard to manage, but I think the Soviet Union is fun to manage as well.
It is.
So, last episode we started planning against Turkey, and we're now in preparations to get our war machine ready for them. We are massing troops at the border, which has a lot of mountains, but we don't have a
Yes.
general assigned to them to command them. There's no commander.
So we got Soviet theater here.
Yes.
Am I able to rename this?
Yes, if you
Just for
click
my
on the
own?
small cog that says setting, a small thing pops up and it says Soviet Theater 1. Indeed, you can rename it.
The anti-Turkey army?
That sounds great.
Hey, don't worry about those troops on your border, and definitely don't worry about their name. They're probably not going to war with you. They're just there for looks.
And I'm gonna put the
Right.
guys that
Oh.
are not part of it, I'm gonna put them in a different theater.
It also helps if I put the Y at the end of army, but you know,
It does help
semantics.
that.
Semantics.
So
Okay.
if you go to that army that we have there is in the top left an empty portrait for
Yes.
a commander. And we have different commanders. We have field marshals and generals. And the large difference with them is in capacity. Generals can field in total of 24 battalions, while field marshals can field as many as you want in one army. And
Got it.
they all have these kind of medals there as well. And that's their specialty.
Ooh.
So if you look at Zhukov, he is a panzer leader, which gives his armor extra speed and extra attack, and a winter specialist, which gives him less winter attrition. So he's good in those kinds of things. But if you look at Mikhail Tukhachevsky, he
Yeah.
has an offensive doctrine because he's a field marshal. He doesn't get those really needy specific things like panzer leader, but he becomes a more general benefit guy, and that gives him a combat weight reduction, which is quite good, but we'll get later into that when we're designing our divisions about what that exactly is. I would
Got it.
propose that we go with 24 mountaineers, and that means a
Okay.
general will do fine. Do you wanna look for a general that you kind of like, that you're gonna assign to be our main Turkey invasion force?
Sure. Can I ask a question first, which is, so their cap's 24. I get that. Now, is our division number, is that the 13 at the bottom, or?
Yeah, currently it's 13 divisions in the army.
Okay, cool. So now I know this number down here correlates. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. So looking at some of our 24s, we're gonna go with a general. Well, I wish one of them had a bonus towards fighting in mountains. Do they? Does anyone? Let's see.
The thing is,
Windows
they
and
will
stuff.
eventually, once they do more of that kind of job, they will gain
Oh.
experience in it, and they will gain those medals as well. So if this guy is not going to fight a lot in the mountains, then he will become a mountaineer specialist and will gain that trait.
Well, let's see. We've got one of them had that or who had the combat width, or is that the?
That's a field marshal, and I would recommend for a general this time.
Okay. Well, do we want to go with someone brand new? I mean, there's some people that are skilled 3 but don't have any medals. I don't know if they have any real strengths then outside of that. Or do you suggest a medal person? Winter attrition. I don't know if we're in winter yet. Or
Well,
will we?
the war might last for a year, which means winter will come necessarily. And I would say just put the best guy on the job there. We don't really need to train new guys because we have enough experienced generals at the moment. Why not use the best guys for the job, right?
So we could use, let's see, sort by skill. So we've got Zukov, we've got Konev, some other people here. I guess
And
it doesn't.
if you hover over the skill, it will show you what bonuses it will get from that.
Oh. okay, so they get attack bonuses. Well, do we want to throw in Ivan Konev there?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Between him and Zhukov, it doesn't really matter because he doesn't have the Panzer leader, but there are no Panzers in this army anyway, so that's gonna be fine. So what if you now look at the army, I assigned some extra guys there as well, some non-mountaineers. But we need mountaineers because mountaineers are the ones that are going to bring us victory, right?
Right.
So we're gonna convert them to mountaineers.
Oh, I didn't know we could do this.
So if you look on the top, you see 24 selected probably.
Yeah, that little icon.
And little to the next of it, you see 2 arrows, which says change division template if you hover over it.
No, maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. Sorry, Valder. Where is this on the screen?
So if you select, it's underneath the portrait of Ivan Konev, next to the red bucket.
Template. Okay, sorry, got it.
So if you click that, you see a pop out of all the division templates that we currently have.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them is the Mountaineer division that we currently have. So if you click that, all of them will be converted to the Mountaineers.
Are you sure you want to change the division template to...
It will list all the equipment that we're missing and we're gaining and everything like that. We are missing some equipment, most notably a lot of guns.
A lot, yeah, 6,000 and some.
So 17,000 actually.
Oh wait, maybe I'm clicked on the wrong thing because mine's saying I have 6,000. I'm missing 6,093. I might not be selecting all the correct people.
Just select all units, and then change the template.
Easy. Oh, there we go. I selected them all. Okay, change division template. Well, let's see. Now I have 11,000 infantry equipment is what it wants to change.
I don't know. Just change it. I will see if you miss some. Yeah, no, everybody got converted, so that's fine.
Great.
Paradox is not that great with their math usually.
Or well, it's also likely that I'm really bad at my math.
So if you press I or go to the logistics screen, you can see how many things we are short of at the moment.
Oh, okay.
And currently we're missing 45,000 guns. Remember that I said we need a lot of guns? Yeah. That's why we need a lot of guns. With the current production, it takes us 539 days before the shortage will go away. And I'm pretty sure that the shortage we just created with our Mountaineers is not even calculated in there yet.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that every gun that gets produced will go to our Mountaineers because they are our frontline units. So
yes,
if you click the cog wheel again for the anti-Turkish army, you see some stripes up and down and a dash in the center. That is the priority on how fast they get reinforced. So we want to go for high priority by clicking that indeed. And then they will get reinforcements first. Out of all our armies, they will get the first guns that we are producing. Which is good because we want them to have those.
Yeah, they need it. Okay.
So that army is done. We should probably let time tick again.
Yeah.
And now we need to make sure that...
Oh, world news! The remilitarization of the Rhineland is happening. Germany has stationed troops in the Rhineland territory close to the French border in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. The local population cheered the German soldiers on, while the diplomatic reactions from France and Britain have so far been muted. It is no more than the Germans walking into their own backyard, say the British political commentators. I don't know about this. Seems, if I remember from my history books, this is bad.
What could possibly go wrong? In the meantime, I've assigned some of our armies to different positions on the map. Oh, the Civil War in Spain.
Uh-oh.
So, a civil war has erupted in Spain. You can see that Spain is now in 2 parts, pretty much. And one of them is a communist side, and one of them is a fascist side. We could go help the communist side if you want.
Let's see. Okay, so, yeah. Well, I do want to help them, but is that going to help us in the long run to divert anything to them, or should we be selfish and...
Well, if we help them, they can become part of our alliance later on.
Okay, then I'm willing to help them.
All right, so I will make a dedicated team of tanks because tanks are awesome, as everybody knows. And
Absolutely.
we can send a total of five volunteers. So let's send 5 tanks, shall we?
Yeah. Now, how are you setting this up? Are we looking at Spain? Is that where you're?
So I look
creating
at our
this?
army currently. We have the green army that we created with all our units pretty much in the west. I
Oh,
went through
okay.
those and made a smaller army of 5
I
units.
see.
And that consists completely of tanks. Now I'm gonna assign Zukov to him because
Oh, good.
that's the tank leader, right?
Absolutely.
And so we now have a special dedicated squadron for fighting in Spain. So what you can do now is right click on Republican Spain. And that will
Okay.
bring back to the diplomacy screen with them.
Yeah.
And there's a send volunteers button.
Oh, I see. We can send volunteers to help other countries in their war efforts as long as they are not our allies. Okay.
And when you click on that button, it will show you it takes 14 days before the volunteers are there. And we can select who we want to send. Well, we created Zukov for this specific reason. So let's click on Zukov.
Okay.
And we can
And we
send a
can
total
send
of
them.
5, limited by the number of their provinces and the amount of divisions that we have. And we will generate some threat. And threat is the world tension that you can see on the top right border.
Top right border.
So completely
Oh,
top
yeah,
right,
yeah,
you see
right
the
under
the
globe.
world globe with the,
Yep.
a small number underneath. That will show how afraid the world is right now of everything that is happening.
Got it.
So we will generate some threat, but that's no problem.
Let's do it. Let's send them. Okay, bye guys. You'll be there in 14 days. Have fun.
Yeah, you sent them?
I did.
Good. And indeed, Spain accepted our volunteers, so in 14 days they're going. In the top right, top of the screen, you see now a small icon with a green arrow to the right. That is showing that volunteers are in transfer, and will also, if you hover over it, give the expected arrival date, which is 31st of March at 1 o'clock in the morning this year.
Excellent.
So,
Sounds a lot of
Carl,
fun.
we have 24 mountaineers standing at the ready at the border going towards Turkey, but they still need an actual command to, like a battle plan to go and invade Turkey. Do you want to make one of
Right.
those battle plans?
Yes, so let's see. We need to use. Okay, we're clicked on these guys. Are we looking to use the spearhead line, or do we need to set an offensive line?
Now, the
first?
spearhead line is really if you just want to go to in one straight line, cut through a country, for example.
Okay.
But we probably want just a general offensive line where we push our border all the way across their land, so we can't get
Okay.
flanked and anything like that.
So I can draw, right click and drag to draw the offensive line in this territory.
Yes. So you click on that. I paused the game for a bit, but you can
Okay,
finish
the
this
5
section.
divisions you sent. Oh, they arrived. Great.
Yes.
Our units are there. Okay. So I drew an offensive line there. Looks like it's correct, I hope.
Yes.
Excellent.
And I will make one as well. And I'm gonna... no. We want to select all the divisions. And we're gonna make an order like this. And they will execute after each other. So first they will go with your plan.
Oh.
And then you can, when that is finished, they'll be like, all right, we're done with that. Now go to the next one that follows up. Because you can see that their arrow is now coming from where your plan finished.
Great. Oh, this is good. Gonna go right for the heart of Turkey.
So now we have to go pay attention to Spain.
Yeah, fun things in that area.
So we have
Spanish
5
one.
tanks there. And a good thing how to kill enemy divisions is to make sure they have nowhere to flee to anymore. And kind of kick them out of the game that way. So I'm gonna go run around with these tanks and make a pocket out of Zaragoza over there on the eastern side. Do you see the Zaragoza part? It's small, like an outlier of the...
let's see. I see there's. Wait, where do I see the names? Let's see. Oh, Zaragoza right there. Okay, yeah.
So
Oh, I see what you're gonna do.
So I'm gonna move the tanks in position, try to cut that off, and then close down that pocket so that all the units will be gone.
Excellent. And is that their capital right now?
That is their
Zaragoza?
capital indeed right now. So that will
that
be a
seems like a
great
bad
victory
spot.
for us.
Yeah. Don't put
Gonna
your capital right there.
He doesn't have a choice, unfortunately. It's historically determined that his capital should be there for
Historically a bad idea.
our added benefit. So you can see I'm making a small one line into
Yeah.
that place. We unfortunately encountered a battle, but we have to kind of kick that guy out of there. But I can go around it. Oh, we went through it
he's
instead.
retreating, it looks like, so
Yes.
that's a good sign. Good. You and your little horse, get out of here. Go.
Let's make the line a little bit thicker so we have no problems with it in the future.
Oh, electronic mechanical engineering done.
So while I'm doing this pocket business, do you mind getting on the business of doing some research?
Not at all. We're gonna actually reinvest in that same tree, so we're gonna get mechanical computing running.
Sounds like a great idea.
Done. Oh yes, and while I'm studying engineering, it looks like you are creating that pocket and locking it down here.
Yeah, so now we have a complete line to there, and that means that all those units are now caught out of supply, and if we now kill those units, they will try to retreat within that pocket, and eventually they will run out of space to where to retreat to, and that means they're gone.
Unfortunate for them.
Ah, poor them.
Is this a battle that we can win, do you think? I mean,
Oh, absolutely, we're gonna win this.
So that's good for us. You will have communist Spain on our side.
Exactly, and that's why it's good for us to actually invest in this battle.
Very, very good.
In the meantime, I'm slowly cleaning around the pockets. And it helps the AI as well. The AI always assigns units to defend these kinds of pockets, while there are not necessarily a lot of things to defend against. And
Right.
this kind of way, they get some more units free to do the good fight.
Very good. Well, that's lovely. Good job, Zukov. You haven't failed us yet.
Not yet. You can still live.
Yeah.
We
Until
allow
you
you to live.
become too famous for your own good.
Yeah, and then, well, to the gulags.
Goodbye. Now, that's a facet of the game that's not here. We don't get to build gulags, do we?
No, that is a very conscious decision that Paradox made. No concentration camps, no gulags,
Yeah.
because those are really sensitive subjects and we don't want to offend
That's a
people.
good point. It's a very good point.
So there's only one province left in that pocket, and then we have cleaned it all up.
Yes, indeed. It looks like that's closing in here.
And as you can see in that small pocket where we're fighting a battle, there are still 2 units there. 2 units which are in good supply, and with a lot of equipment and everything like that. So it will be a
Yeah.
really good boon to us when we win that pocket, because they will literally disappear. They are captured as prisoners of war, they're gone. And that gives us a large advantage. So you always
does.
will try to make surroundings of people, try to make these kinds of pockets, and then close them up and win.
Just like that.
And we are angered by Turkish posturing. This is triggered because we are trying to fabricate on Turkey right now. And that means that we get some events that talk about Turkish aggression against us.
Fabricate. Ha! I don't know what you're talking about. Turkish aggression is real.
Wake
I
up,
stand by
sheeple.
this. Yeah, wake up. How have you not missed them posturing on our border? This is awful. I feel so offended.
So as you can see, I made a small pocket again. It's just a
Oh,
really
yeah.
small one of a couple of units, but it works. So you always look for these kinds of angles to create small pockets. Or you always have to be vigilant that they don't start closing them again either.
Yeah, that's a good call. And do you just move these tanks around by like right-clicking to
Yeah.
create these pockets? Okay.
I just manually moved them. In the Turkey border, we made a battle plan pretty much. But here,
Right.
I like to take control myself, move my tanks and everything like that. But in the
Yeah, and it's
meantime,
only, like,
we have secret trials of the generals, and this is an important choice. This is a difficult choice to make for us. The Red Army has always been home to subversive elements, ever since Trotsky himself was Commissar of War. Documents acquired by the NKVD have implicated several high-ranking officers, not only as traitors, but spies. Mikhail Tukhachevsky is among the most prominent of the suspects, and one Stalin is keen to rid the army of. Meanwhile, the Navy's frequent contact with foreigners has led many of them being arrested as well. Although there are documents from our enemies proving their guilt, there is no telling if they fabricating them, or if they were given false information by those who wanted this purging motion to begin with. So we can get rid of Tukhachevsky, which is the good field marshal that we had. So that's a difficult thing. We can also go for Rokossky refuses to confess, which will kill a couple of specialists that we can hire into our government later on. And one of which is Rokossky, which is an armor genius who will give us a lot of extra bonuses against our for our tanks, if we're ever going to use tanks. So it's a really difficult decision. What do we want to have? Do we want to have that cool field marshal with a lot of other guys, or do we want to have a guy who gives us a lot of bonus for tanks? What do you feel, Kyle? Where do you lean to?
Really tough. A good field marshal could maybe just boost us all around. I mean, tanks are very useful to us, though, especially when the Panzers come. We're probably going to want good tanks on the field.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I don't know who's going to have a larger impact in the long run. Let's see. Field Marshal. I want to go look at what his... what's the Field Marshal again that we're getting rid of?
Tukhachevsky.
Tukhachevsky is going out the window. Okay, let's see.
So it's pretty much our best field marshal that there is at the moment. The rest of them are all not that great.
Oh, it gives us combat width.
And it's an important number, but we'll get to that later because it's also a bit more complicated.
I kind of want to get rid of him. Tanks are cool. Tukhachevsky, not so much.
Well, Tukhachevsky must be tried in secret and executed immediately.
That sounds about right. Good. Excellent.
And as it has been written, it has been done.
Very, very good. I'm very proud of us.
In the meantime, we continue our war effort in Spain. We
might want to put a little cut in here. We're almost over time.
We're indeed on time. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to see us fighting more in Spain, join us next time where me and Kyle will go and make the world red again. Until then, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.